Good morning, students. This is the time for computer class and I am your computer teacher. So we are continuing the lesson 1. The lesson 1 in which today we are going to discuss about some of the input devices. Today we are going to discuss about some of the input devices. So the first input device that we are going to discuss is keyboard. So what is keyboard? We can say that it is that a keyboard contains a grid of buttons called keys. With the help of keys we can write the data into the computers. We can also write the words, the numbers, etc. There are different types of keys on the keyboard, like we have alphabet key. We have alphabet key which consists of A to Z or small a to j. Next we have number keys. Number key which is from 0 to 9, and number third functional keys. Number third functional keys which is from F1 to F12 key. Number 4 special keys. Special keys. The special keys include shift, control, alternate key, and the last is cursor control key. Cursor control key. Cursor control key means different types of cursors, like the left cursor, the right cursor, the top cursor, the down cursor, etc. So these were the different types of keys that we have on the keyboard. So the first input device that we generally have in our system is the keyboard. Now the second input device. The second input device is mouse. So a mouse is a pointing device with the help of which we can point to the location where we want the input. We generally have a cursor on the screen, and with the help of the cursor we can have a single click or double click, or we can select any item on the screen. There are mainly three types of mouse: mechanical mouse, optomechanical mouse, and optical mouse. So mechanical mouse generally has a rubber or a metal ball underside of it. The mechanical sensors generally finds the direction of the ball. With the help of the ball makes the cursor move. Optomechanical mouse is similar to mechanical mouse, except here we do not have any ball, and the optical sensor is used to detect the movement of the ball on the mouse pad. And the optical mouse which we generally have is where no mechanical moving part is there. It uses laser beam to move the cursor on the screen. So generally we have three types of mouse: mechanical mouse, optomechanical mouse, and optical mouse. So the mouse is a pointing device. It is also a GUI based, graphical user based interface with the help of which we can work easily on the screen. The third is graphical tablet. The third is the graphical tablet. So what is graphical tablet? It is generally help us to draw the images into the computer screen directly. We use a stylus to enter them. It is mostly used to enter the digital signatures. So this is the graphical tablet. Next input device that we have is light pen. So a light pen is a pointing device. It is like a pen. It is connected to the VDU, visual display unit. That is like on the monitor. We can draw pictures. We can also select the options. It is used to choose the object or commands on the screen. It sends a signal to the computer which then work out on the light pen exact location on the screen. So next we have microphone. So what is microphone? It is also an input device with the help of which we give input to the computer in the form of sound or voice. So it is mostly used for recording the sound. Nowadays we have microphones with the help of which the speech recognition software is available. So many of the times we see the microphones on the podium of the schools, etc. Or when a person gives the speech, we see the microphone in the table before him. So next is webcam. Webcam. So what is webcam? We can say it is a camera that help us to put the images into the computer directly by clicking on them. It is mostly used for web chatting, as it helps to see the person with whom we are chatting. In the laptop computers also, a web camera is integrated in the machine itself, while in the desktop it is needed to be connected to the CPU. How do we connect it to the CPU? With the help of USB cable. So the webcam is also an input device. Now the next input device that we have is scanner. So scanner is also an input device that help us to put the handmade printed pictures, text into the computer. It reads the images and translate them into the computer understandable form. To do the scanning, the scanner comes with the scanning utility and an image edition application. So we have different types of scanners like flatbed scanner, sheet fed scanner, handheld scanner, drum scanner, etc. So these were some of the input devices. Now we come to the output unit. So let us have a quick recap of the input devices. The first input device that I taught you is a keyboard. What is a keyboard? It is a collection of several keys. With the help of keys, we can type the data, the text, the numbers. Different types of keys are alphabet keys, number keys, functional keys, special keys, control keys, etc. The next input device that we have is mouse. What is mouse? We can say it is a pointing device with the help of which we can point on the different locations on the monitor. So it is generally used to move the cursor, draw the diagrams, or select the items in GUI or window based program. So we have mainly three types of mouse: mechanical mouse, optomechanical, and optical mouse. Mechanical mouse has a rubber or a metal ball with the help of which the cursor moves. Mechanical sensor detects the direction of the ball and makes the screen pointer move accordingly. Optomechanical mouse is similar to mechanical mouse except that it uses optical sensor to detect the movement of the ball. And next we have optical mouse, which is in which we have no mechanical moving part. It uses laser beam to detect the movement of the mouse. Next input device that we have is graphic tablet. A graphic tablet helps to insert the hand-drawn images into the computer. We can use stylus also to enter into data into them. It is mostly used to enter digital signatures. Next we have light pen. So it is similar to that of a pen. It is connected to the VDU. So we can use it in place of mouse to draw pictures or to select the menu. So it sends a signal to the computer which points to the light pen exact location. The next input device that we have is microphone. It is also an input device. It helps us to give input to a computer in the form of sound or voice. It is mostly used for recording sound. Nowadays microphones are used with speech recognition software. So here what does the speech recognition software means? It means that we do not have to type, we just have to speak and the spoken word will be recognized by the computers. The next input device that we have is webcam. So it is a camera which help us to put images into the computer. So it is mostly used for web chatting. Nowadays in the laptop we mostly found the webcams which is integrated with the machine, while in the desktop it is to be connected to the CPU through USB cable. Next we have scanner. So scanner is a device that help us to put handmade printed pictures, text into the computers. So different types of scanners are available like flatbed sheet fed, handheld scanner, drum scanners, etc. So now we come to the output unit. So what is output unit? We can say output unit or an output device displays the result of the input after it has been processed, which means that after giving the input, when it is processed, the result that is produced is generally available to us in the output device. Some of the common output devices are monitor, printer, plotter, speaker, etc. So the first output device that we are going to discuss over here is monitor. Monitor. So it is one of the familiar output device. It is also known as VDU, Visual Display Unit. So here the images that we see on the monitor are made up of tiny dot called pixels. These are the tiny dot called pixels, and the screen is made up of such tiny dots pixels. So the clarity of the image depends on the number of pixels. As the number of pixels we have, as more and more pixels we have, the better image will be seen on the screen. So the colored image that we see on the monitor are because of colored pixels. So we generally have three types of monitor. The first one is the CRT monitor. CRT. C for cathode, R for ray, and T for tube. Cathode, ray, tube. The second is LCD, liquid crystal display. Liquid crystal display. And the third is light emitting diode, LED. Light emitting diode. So these are the three types of monitors that we have. Now the next input device that we have is printer. So the printer are the output device that gives the hard copy of the input. The next output device that we have is printer. So what is printer? We can say that printer are the output device that gives a hard copy of the input. They can be classified into two types of printer: impact printer and non-impact printer. The first one is impact printer and the second one is non-impact printer. So the first one is impact printer, IMPACT impact printer, and the second one is non-impact printer. So what is the basic difference between them? The impact printer makes a contact with the paper to produce the image, while the non-impact printer does not strike the character on the paper. The another difference between the impact printer and the non-impact printer is that the impact printer prints one character in one line at a time, whereas the non-impact printer prints the entire page as one time. So the impact printer prints only one character in a particular time, whereas the non-impact printer prints the entire page on a one time. So non-impact printer is also called page printer. Remember, the other name of non-impact printer is page printer. So the impact printer are generally of three types. The first is solid font printer. Solid font printer. So the example of solid font printer can be daisy wheel printer. Daisy wheel printer. The second type of impact printer is character or serial printer. Character or serial printer. The example of it can be dot matrix printer. Dot matrix printer, and the third type of impact printer can be line printer. So these were the three types of impact printer. Now we come to the non-impact printer. Non-impact printer. The non-impact printers are of also different types. There are 4 types of non-impact printer. The first one is inkjet printer. Inkjet printer. The second one is laser printer. The third one is thermal printer. And the fourth one is electrostatic printer. Electrostatic printer. So these are the 4 different types of non-impact printers. Now the next output device that we are going to discuss over here is plotter. So what is plotter? Plotter is also an important device which is used to print the graphics and the drawing, such as the maps, the construction plan for buildings, etc. So the plotters are also of 3 types. The number 1 plotter is flatbed plotter. Number 2 is drum plotter, and number 3 is inkjet plotter. So I am again going to revise. What is plotter? We can say it is a device which is used to print the high quality graphics and drawing, like the plan for buildings, blueprints, maps, etc. The plotter is of 3 types: flatbed plotter, drum plotter, and inkjet plotter. What does flatbed plotter do? It is used to hold the paper in fixed position. A movable pen is held that moves the pen horizontally and vertically, so it takes lot of time to draw a graphic. Next we have drum plotter. It has a single arm and it can move across the drum horizontally. So, and the inkjet printer generally use inkjet in places of pens. So these are the 3 types of plotters that we have. So in the memory unit, we have already discussed about the different types of memory in the classes, like primary memory, the different types of primary memory like RAM, ROM, and the different types of RAM and ROM. Then we have discussed about the secondary memory. In the secondary memory, we have discussed about the hard disk, compact disc CD, digital versatile disk, flash drive or pen drive, Blu-ray disc, memory sticks, etc. So in the types of computers, so there are also different types of computers. So now we are going to discuss about the types of computers. So the first is microcomputer. So the first type of computer that we have is microcomputer. So it is mostly used computer. They are small in size. They are also known as PC. They are used in school, offices, shops, homes, etc. Examples are handheld computer like Palm Top, PDA, personal digital assistants, laptop, etc. Next type of computer that we have is mini computer. So mini computers are bigger than microcomputers. They are faster and they have more memory. They are more powerful than microcomputers. So they are used to connect many computers. Mini computers are also referred as mid-range servers. Next type of computer that we have is mainframe computer. Mainframe computer. The mainframe computers are larger computer. They have many terminals that are connected with networks. They have faster speed. Their storage capacity is also very large. So they are used in big organization like business, scientific research, in banks or in railways, etc. And the fourth type of computer that we have is supercomputer. So supercomputers are the most powerful computer. They are very expensive. They are used for weather forecasting, defense purpose such as control satellites, missiles, etc. So India has also produced many supercomputers. Param is one of them. The supercomputers are generally made by the developed country or the advanced developing countries like America, European countries, Japan, Korea, India. These are the countries that have made the supercomputers. So these are the four different types of computers. So in the communication technology also, I have made a video in the last class. So here we are going to have a short recap of communication technology. So the communication technology refers to the means that helps to send information from one place to another. The different types of communication technology are communication technology are: number one, telephone technology. So the telephone was developed by Alexander Graham Bell. So it is used for voice to voice communication. To make this technology more successful, number of telephone lines, telephone exchanges and satellites were constructed across the world. The next type of communication technology is radio technology. So in radio technology is based on the radio waves to carry the informations. So nowadays radio waves are used in wireless networking also. The third type of communication technology is communication satellite. Communication satellite, it is a type of artificial satellite that is placed in the Earth orbit for sending and receiving the data. So the communication satellites are the artificial satellites that receive signals from the Earth station and they again send the signal to the other Earth stations. So this is the communication satellite. Next type of satellite that we have is cellular technology. The fourth one is cellular technology. Cellular technology. So it refers to the network technology that facilitates the mobile devices in which we can establish a communication over the entire world. So it is a technology that gave mobile phone the name cell phones. The next we have is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, the full form of Wi-Fi is wireless fidelity. It is a popular wireless network technology. By using this technology, we can exchange the information between two or more devices. It is commonly called wireless local area network. So it allows the local area network to operate without cable and wiring. So it is also a popular choice for home and business network. Next is internet and web-based communication technology. Internet and web-based communication technology. So World Wide Web, WWW, is a collection of millions of pages which is stored in different computers all over the world. So it is a storehouse of information. So the online chatting allows the people to chat over the internet. The video conferencing is also a form of communication in which we can not only hear the audio but can also see the pictures of the person with whom we are communicating. Skype, Google Duo are some of the popular video conferencing applications. So these were some of the different types of communication technologies. So these were some of the topics of lesson 1 that we have discussed over here. So now the lesson 1 has ended, and in the next topic we will be discussing some more important points and we will be taking the lesson 2 important points. Thank you, students.